Hi, I'm Ben Stevens.
Hello, Ben. I'm Jess.
Jess.
Right.
Nice to meet you. Sure. All right. Thank you. Well, as we start, let me read through this, but just tell me a little bit about yourself.
What does he want to know? Just build up. I'm Jessica Bryant. I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts. I'm 21 years old. Intercultural studies major here at Nyack College, and just particularly have a passion for people in general.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. How'd you hear about World Relief?
I actually went online and checked out the site. So I heard about it actually here through a professor, given the job description, and went online, checked it out, and yeah.
Kind of cross-cultural experiences have you had?
Going to high school, I went on a missions trip to Gabon, Africa, and I was in Paris, France also for a time. And this past summer, I was at an internship in Ishinomaki, Japan.
And can you describe maybe a little bit about working with another culture with a language barrier and how you go about that process?
Well, when I was in Japan this past summer, since it's the most recent one, I encountered some of that issue. I had studied some of the language before, but the most I could ever do was, basic hello, goodbye, how are you, and that was it. It was hard to get close with the people if you do not know the language. So working around that, I had to find other ways. Like I helped around at a community garden and learned basic phrases and stuff, but a lot of action-oriented learning how to get close to people.
What delights you the most about other cultures and peoples?
Delights me.
Maybe we talked a little bit about challenges of language, but is there anything else that challenges you too?
There's a lot of challenges, but I think I enjoyed the challenge more than anything. I find it very fun to find and overcome challenges. Challenges in general are just fun to me, but learning to communicate where communication is difficult is fun, because you got to be creative with it. You got to learn how to overcome those boundaries and figure out how people think, figure out how people work, like the inner workings of their mind and heart. It's an enjoyable process.
What do you think your greatest work skills are? What do you bring to the job?
Creativity. Probably creativity and what's the word? Vision? I don't know the word exactly, but right now. But just being able to work around and thinking critically about things and overcoming them through that.
Can you give me an example of how you organized something and carried it out?
Okay. In my time of fundraising to go to Japan, I organized an event for. It was for my artwork. What was it? Excuse me. It was. I'm trying to think of the word right now. It's not coming to me. It was auction. I auctioned off my art, and yes, I held it at my church, and I created invitations to a bunch of people, and we had dinner together, and they would look at the art, put up an amount for the auction, and that's what I did for a fundraiser event.
Good. Give me an example of your ability to adapt to a new situation or change with the circumstances if something isn't quite as you thought it would be when you got there.
Yeah. I've moved a lot in my life. I have never lived in the same place for more than 4 years, so I had a lot of that More recently, actually, when I transferred here to Nyack, that was a really big move because I was coming from Simpson University on the West Coast. That was a very big difference because the community life in general is very, very different, where Californians are very open and liberal and they're just very personable. You get back over here and I had to readjust almost to East Coast life where
Yeah.
it's just hard to get close with people, but that was a challenge to me, and trying to make friends, especially transferring in the middle of a school year. So,
What do you know about Moline? And you lived on the coasts now. This is certainly not on the coast.
no, it's in the center. yeah, I know it's in Illinois, and I actually went online and checked and looked at some of the demographics of the people. And I don't remember all of them. I know there's some from Iraq. I know there's a couple more countries in North Africa, Southeast Asia, where there's a lot of people coming from there. But
Yeah, we might resettle up to 100 or
Hundreds.
maybe a few more
yeah.
every year. So.
Okay.
What have you ever volunteered with refugees before?
Yes, actually. When I was in Japan, that's what I was doing this whole summer. I was in Ishinomaki, Japan, and that wasn't a refugee from war, but a refugee from natural disaster, the one that hit in 2011. And I was working with rebuilding the community, getting people to be able to, settle and be able to just talk to each other again. Because they had a really hard time being able to talk after this thing. When everybody loses family and friends, it's hard to start conversations anymore, and you don't know your neighbors anymore, and so just learning ways to
That's a good
do
experience.
that.
Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, time's up.
Yeah.
All right. Can I answer that or no?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I do have one question, but it's based off of something. All right. On the site, it had information from 2011. They had 170 new refugees coming in, and they were working on reselling them. And it also says that they have work for 3 to 6 months. I was just wondering what you guys do now. Like, are you doing anything with ISIS right now? And I was just trying to see what you're doing up to date, or is it still refugees coming from those same places about every year?
Yeah, it'll vary from year to year depending on the community. Because Illinois has a fairly large Muslim population already, but it's some distance from Moline. We still do get some of those refugees. I think we try not to be reactive to the immediate problems as much as try and find folks who are just permanently displaced, where there's a chance they can still go back. That's not the kind of population we're looking for. So
That makes sense. All right.
good question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Have a good day.
All right. You too. I'm not sure which button to push. I'll watch. That's great.